Hi there. My name is Stephanie Alano, and I am a licensed marriage and family therapist and financial trauma coach. I own the business called Awkward Money, and I teach young adult Latinas how to embrace their awkwardness with money and how to live a life with financial confidence and well-being. I don't know how to start this other than I have a confession to make. I have a little bit of a guilty pleasure. I watch Caleb Hammer's show, The Financial Audit, during my free time. I stumbled upon his content, I want to say, whenever Stephen Graham was posting his episodes on his show. I want to say like maybe early 2023, 2022, somewhere in there. That was when I was at the height of my own financial journey, and I was looking for anything that could give me the information that I needed. And for some reason, Caleb Hammer just confused me. I still don't know how he gets so many views. I think it's that shock value or, rage watching type of thing. Maybe we like to judge the people who are on there. But I am always fascinated by the idea that like this guy came out of nowhere. He went on his own financial journey and decided, you know what, I'm going to make my own YouTube channel and just yell at them. I'm fascinated as a mental health therapist. It's not really the people who go on there. I'm fascinated by Caleb and his approach because it does seem to work. People do come back. It does seem like the ones who have those life updates, like maybe they did it like a year ago or 6 months ago, like some of them are successful with achieving their financial goals. But it's just, again, it's fascinating. So if you've never watched the show, Caleb Hammer, again, doesn't really come from a financial background. My understanding is he actually went to like an art school, or he was starting out as a musician, and he got into really bad debt. And he decided to buckle down, really adhere to the Dave Ramsey curriculum, where he just put everything he knew under the sun to stick to a really strict budget. And he started his own YouTube channel during the pandemic and just decided to talk to people about what's happening with their finances. The one video that got a lot of views at that time was, I think it was like Privileged Millennial Knows Nothing About Money. And I remember seeing that particular one. And I was like, wow, this is kind of abusive. Again, it was just intriguing. And I think the whole premise of the show is really to just do a deep dive on people's finances, because they present their bills and pretty much all the numbers they can. And Caleb asked them a lot of questions. I think the intention is good. I just think sometimes the execution, and this could partially be like what gets the most views, is he gets flustered a lot. He like yells a lot at his guests. And yeah, it's very, I get a visceral reaction whenever he gets that way. But again, because to me, it's just so intriguing, I keep coming back, even when I don't want to see his content. So today we're reacting to one of his financial videos. All right, so this one's called Failed E-Girl Blames Men for Losing $250,000. I'm curious.
I made almost $100,000.
Oh, that's insane. That's so much money.
And it's all gone.
Why the
Ex-husband military, ex-fiance 1, no streamer, ex-fiance 2, cheater.
You're going to be homeless again because if you f this up, you have no fallback if you do lose your housing.
Don't hurt yourself.
Why are you being a... Cyber Monday sale ends today. 20 to 30% off all of our educational products. Go to...
So ladies, I would most likely not call you a bitch like that, unless that's a shared thing. Like we call each other bitch in a more like, hey, this is a friend type of vibe, or this is a, witty banter type of thing. But whew, okay, red flag automatically. But we'll give him a chance. Let's see the context. I don't know. Okay.
CalebHammer.com before the day ends.
I need to start drinking my coffee. It's too early in the morning to be hearing that, but here we go.
Hi, my name is Olivia. I'm 31 years old. I live in New Orleans, Louisiana, and this is Financial Audit.
She zoomed through that intro, just like she zoomed on over to Austin. Thanks for being here. What do you do for a living over there in New Orleans?
I'm a paralegal.
Paralegal? Mm-hmm. Could be a lot of time, not a lot of money, depending. Okay, what are you making?
$50,000 a year.
Okay, decent. New Orleans. I don't know the cost of living in New Orleans. I do know it's a declining city population-wise. So that usually means it stretches a little further. How do you feel living in New Orleans on $50,000 a year?
Comfortable. Definitely, I can pay for all of the things that I need to pay for. I can pay for the things I need to pay for, and some of the things I want to pay for, and a lot of the things I shouldn't be buying.
So comfortable as they can pay advances.
Yeah. Oh, wait, pay advances.
She doesn't even know. Wonderful.
What do you mean pay advances?
We'll get into that. Good. I was curious. That's why I kind of wanted to hit that out of the gate, because I was like wondering, does she even know? Because that just sets a good precedent for how the conversation is going to go where your knowledge of your own financial situation is.
Uh-oh. What do you mean pay advances?
We'll get there.
Okay.
What?
I'm scared of it now.
Why is he trying to make her scared? Just freaking tell her. Or wait until, like, you get to that point. Don't, like, make her, like, oh, what happened? Like, that is such a... Who wants that from a person that they're really trying to be vulnerable with and trying to be open and honest about finances, and you're just like, ha, gotcha. Of course, they're probably going to keep secrets from you at that point. I wouldn't be surprised, like, she's going to be evasive or just, like, confused. You've probably activated or triggered her nervous system to get a little dysregulated. Who wants that? Anyways, we'll keep watching. Let's drinking more coffee here.
So
What?
You're actually like that? That just felt really weird.
What do you mean, like, weird? Yeah.
Is this how you present yourself?
Yeah.
We don't really know each other, so I just want to...
I am a very strange human, yeah.
That's okay. Totally good.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure you're not coming on here and going...
No. I'm just a strange human.
Okay.
Strange.
Don't face at me in that look of tone. I know who I am.
Awkward.
What?
And so, okay. $50,000 in New Orleans. We chit-chatted a little bit before this. I mean, your living situation isn't bad in terms of your monthly expense. For the $50,000, what hits your account on a monthly basis?
Between $4,500 and $6,000 a month.
Okay, then you should be fine, unless there's something crazy that I don't know. 4.5. Wait, how does it vary by 1,500?
Paralegal is not my only stream of income.
Oh, what else? Okay, well, we bleeped the word because it leads to demonetization, but essentially it's
alternative
the things
content
that are under the bras get displayed into the...
I like that phrase, alternative content. I actually like working with folks who make alternative content. I'm going to use that phrase, by the way. Yeah, get it, girl? You got both. You got your paralegal and you doing alternative content. I might like you. I might like to work with you, but we'll get to that point. We'll let's see what else this person has to say, because for all we know, like, I might be a little biased. So we'll try our best to give Caleb a chance. We will hold out hope.
The internet eyes for money. Okay, you actually do that, and that comes in. And if we talk more about that, unfortunately, it has to be in the post show, or else we're demonetized in our YouTube membership. That's what we learned, and that's what our people over there have told us to do. So maybe we can talk about that more on the post show. But let's get the income part of it.
I'd say content creation, because I do also Twitch stream sometimes.
You do. Okay.
I was a full-time content creator through COVID, and then I dropped.
A lot of people had the COVID boom in content creation. A lot of people were at home.
Sounds like a nerd.
Had eyes on screens.
Yep.
Did you lose it or did you leave it?
I left.
Why?
Because I didn't like it.
Oh.
I didn't like it.
Why are you doing the and the... This is Twitch.
Oh. I was like,
why are you doing both if you didn't like it?
I didn't like it when I had to do it full time, but when it was more of a hobby, it's still entertaining. It still provides income, and it's low effort.
The same with the tatis?
Yeah.
Okay.
I post like once a month, and I still rake in pretty good money. So
now, this is what I always want to ask. Do you enjoy doing that? Do you like doing that? Or is it something you feel you have to do? Because whether or not I support it is dependent on that answer.
I would say 78% of the time I enjoy it.
Okay. Well, if you enjoy a job, even like a great job, you don't enjoy it 100% of the time. So I will accept that as I do it because I like it.
Fair.
So the $1,500 a month ebbs and flows because of those positions? Okay. In this last month, what do you think came in total? Across everything. We have some positives. We got some payroll. We got spicy money, and Zelle and Cash App.
Yes. So the Zelle is that alternative income.
More?
No, that is just the alternative income.
I had spicy as 830 and then more Zells of an extra 500. Why would you get Zelled through that? Unless is there extra off-site spicies?
No. So I have a business checking account and I Zelle it to my personal account.
Okay. So we can.
Yeah. So it might be a little duplicative.
Okay. Yep. So how much do you think came in? Total across everything.
Last month, I would say probably 5,000.
4,000. So what is wrong here? Because even with all these incomes added up, we made it to $4,097.60, which is on the low end of your estimate of $4,000 to $5,500. So how are we at the bottom end of the barrel with all these different income streams, which are not insignificant? The spicy was $838. That's not bad. Don't see anything for Twitch.
No, I didn't.
So if this is the bottom of the month, are you sure this is the bottom, or do you make lower than that sometimes?
No, that's the bottom.
Okay. So I'm gonna then trust you and say $4,750 a month.
Okay.
On average.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Okay. So in general, what do you think you spent?
Probably a little bit more than I bring in. So probably around 5.
Oddly enough, no. You actually spent a little less.
Oh.
Which is weird, because I don't know why the money maneuvers that you were making in terms of debt going up, in terms of really dumb stuff, were the case. It's extra dumb when people don't have money and there's no money going in and there's no money left to go out. They take these alternative paths through growing debt or having something bounce or anything like that. You didn't have that, though. You didn't have the insignificant money, but you...
So you see how he gets a little pitchy? That's kind of what he's known for. Like, how could you not know that? Or like that type of tone. I think it's just attention grabbing. That's why people like these clips. But yeah, I'm always finding like, man, if I was like opposite that for this particular video is like over like almost an hour and a half. I think he's with the guest like many hours. If I had to hear that for a lot, I would just be like, I'm so out of sorts. I'm so confused. I will say and do anything just to get the hell away from you type of thing. But again, that is something I've observed about myself. If someone is dysregulated to a point that that's not my client, they are trying to help me and they're dysregulated, I lose it. Like if this person's not calm and I'm trying my best to keep them calm, I would have to like activate my therapy cap just to be like, are you okay? But later on, I would get tired and want to just get away from this person because I just can't handle. But again, with my therapy clients, I'm more like, okay, we have to bring it down. Like, whoa, like this is something we need to work on because this is too amped up and I can't even hear what you're trying to tell me. So, yeah.
Still have the absolute stupidity in the finances.
Yes.
Why do you think that would be the case, self-assessed?
Money makes me really anxious because...
Then why are you doing it incorrectly, though? Because when I'm anxious about something, I construct ways in life to avoid the anxiety in certain ways. And your avoidance of money anxiety would be having a fully funded emergency fund, being on track for retirement, making sure you can never be financially. But instead, you are doing the...
Not always.
And have no preparation whatsoever to avoid being... Which means if you get into a bad financial situation again, like that, or manipulative, or whatever it might be, you have no escape route. You have no ability to fend for yourself.
Oh, you don't even know the half of it.
What? That's not funny to me. What?
So back when I first got into content creation in the first year and a half, I made almost $200,000.
It's like, when was this? It's insane. That's so much money.
That was the end of 2020.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. COVID content. Okay.
Yeah. And it's all gone.
Oh.
Yeah. I had a financial advisor at the time, but he wasn't really participating.
What do you mean he wasn't participating?
So before I'd gotten him on my team, so to speak, I was putting aside 30% every time I got a check-in for my taxes and everything. And I had it all just sitting and ready to go.
You built good bones. Okay.
And
not reflected in here, but.
Yeah. And he told me that it would be better to use that money to pay off my credit cards because the penalties I would have gotten from my taxes were less than the interest I was making.
I could see his mathematical reasoning on certain things, sure.
Right.
But IRS is the people we don't with, typically in my book, but go on.
Well, and then the CPA that he hooked me up with filed my 2021 taxes and then kind of stopped responding to my messages. So I haven't filed since.
How is this happening so much on this show? How are there so many people out there not filing taxes? So 22, 23, and soon to be 24, you have not filed. Not that you would have for 24 yet, but it's about to be. Really? So 2 years so far you haven't filed. How much money have you brought in? How much money did you bring in 2023?
I think 75,000.
Oh, good. How much for 2022?
100.
Oh, you're going to owe
so much. So much. Yes. Yeah. Well,
I mean, what, 20 to 50 maybe total, 20 to 50 depending. And then
yes.
They will add fees. Will they add interest on top of that? What is it? What are they calculating? Have you heard from anyone? Is anyone at the IRS like, oh, hello?
No. And in my defense, I have been trying to get them filed. No. I have contacted 3 CPAs and they stop responding to my messages.
You're going to sit down with the same financial advisors I use that don't make money. We'll pay for it. You're good. Everyone out there in the audience gets a free session, but we'll pay for your whole thing either way. So.
Oh, yeah. That was the other thing is the first CPA I was working with wanted to charge me $1,200 to file 2022.
I mean, that could make sense. I paid my CPA a lot too. When the more complicated your money gets and the more they can save you, of course, the more they're
absolutely. And I was
I don't know if that's incorrect or bad. You just try to say that like it was immediately a horrible thing.
No, because I was like, okay, I can pay this. Just send me the engagement letter. I'm ready to do this. This was halfway through 2023. And I would be like, hey, where is it? And then a month later, hey, where is it? A month later, hey, where is it? And he would just...
That's when 1 month later, I go get another CPA, by the way.
Yeah. I was going...
Dude, like, why are we placing the blame on her? It sounds like she was trying to do the right thing. And maybe we kind of need to, like, celebrate that in some way or use some strength-based techniques, because it does sound like she wanted to get a handle on this, even though she didn't know what the hell she was doing. Maybe she didn't know how to seek out a CPA. Maybe there needs to be more conversation on, where were you finding these folks? Maybe we need to change your approach. Maybe we need to implement a better system so you can find a CPA that actually is professional. Because I wouldn't be surprised this happens a lot. And why are we like judging her? Judge the freaking accountants or these folks who who ghosted her and left money on the table. That's so bad business. This person should go to their Better Business Bureau page and write a scathing review, because I know when I'm looking for a CPA, I look to that first over Yelp, because when the Better Business Bureau, like someone went out of their way to write a review there, it's for real. It's serious. Anyone can write whatever on Yelp, but for the BBB, damn. So yeah, I would approach it differently. She was trying to do her best. Probably we need to update like why or how. I would try to figure out like why she kept running into the same situation. And she needs to find people who are at her particular income and where are they going to get their taxes to do their books. Folks who make a certain income, they have a particular team. They go to certain people for certain things because they know that they can be trusted. I'm curious, the flag that I would kind of point to is, why aren't you leading on your community or folks who are in the same business as you, whether it's paralegal or alternative content or any of the other jobs that she has? Like, why aren't you able to talk to folks like you and see where they get their taxes done? Yeah, Caleb, I hope we get to that question because I'm curious. So let's keep going.
Going through a lot at the time, so.
Is there ever a period, no offense, and again, life is life is life is life. I'm not like trying to diminish it. Is there ever a period in your life so far where we're not going through something? Because it sounds like every single year is something else. But at the same time, the more and more we go through life always, and I've had so many people on the show that have done what you're doing and then do what you're going to continue to do if you go on this path. This was bad, this was bad, this was bad. So much was going on, so much was going on, so much was going on, so much was going on. And if you always use that, never get ahead, never try to be actionable in your way of trying to actually move beyond the life is against me at all times.
Oh, no.
Then you're going to end up in the path where you have yourself. And you're going to just make it worse because you're never going to recover it. And the excuse will always be something's going on.
I am flabbergasted because Caleb is trying to sit there and say, why are you stuck in the trauma cycle? Why aren't you getting out of it? Bro, like, if it was that simple, and I'm calling you bro for a reason, bro, if it was that simple, people would be able to catch themselves and get out of their own way or get out of the cycle a lot sooner. But we don't. We don't, because we're not acknowledging how far back the cycle goes, how our system, how our government, how our school system, name a system, it perpetuates the cycle. So yeah, that is a dumb question. I hope you stop asking that question. It is not helpful. It is victim blaming. No, you're in the way of this particular person. You're perpetuating the idea that she should have known better. And how dare she? How dare she not improve herself? Again, there's a bigger picture at play. And dude, be more compassionate. Damn. You're not hearing the full story. In the moment that you are, there's all this judgment but you are in control. Sometimes we're not. We are not. And for a lot of us, that can be very uncomfortable. And when it comes to things like finances, yes, there are certain things we can grab hold of. There are certain things we can change. But the cycle of trauma, especially the experiences, as you put it, that is something that we have no control over. We can try our best to become more aware. We can try our best to learn how to implement the tools, how to find community, how to heal. But the incident that caused the trauma, no, that is something that is inflicted on us. What we do after that, yeah, sure, there's accountability there. But this way of dismissing the whole thing, got me all heated now. So we are gonna keep watching, see what else this poor person, this person has gone through, because I'm only less than 15 minutes in, and I'm kind of putting a picture together that says man, the system has failed this person many times, but she has still been resilient. She has still able to make income, reach a level in her career that it makes me think we should be focusing on the good things that she's done so far, not, do better. So yeah, we'll just keep going.
No, I definitely am not in the boat of, oh my God, my life is so hard, poor me. It's definitely, I've made bad decisions. I've put bad people into my life and let them stay there for way too long.
Okay, you haven't paid your taxes in 3 years. There's a lot of time there to make a move.
Yes. And again, I'm now on my third CPA who I've been waiting on.
I would have mass emailed a bajillion CPAs. You try 3 in 3 years, that's one you try to contact a year. Come on, I can't give you praise for that.
I know.
I'm sorry. You tried to use that as a good thing, but it can't.
I'd give her praise.
12 months. 12 months. You did 1 out of every 12 months. We can't be thrilled at ourselves for that.
Yes, we can.
No pats on the back there.
That's fair.
It's better than zero.
That's fair.
Gotta take care of your shit.
I know.
They'll come and garnish you.
She is taking care of her shit.
The one really good thing I did is because I'd
love to hear those. Yeah.
No, when I got divorced,
Divorced? When were you married?
When I was 20.
Oh. Well, I don't know.
I've lived a lot of life.
Exactly.
I've been divorced and then engaged twice after that.
Oh, good. What? Sims?
Okay.
So the first engagement was to a now rather large TikTok creator who was wildly abusive, mostly financially. That was when I got into content creation.
He's a big Twitch creator right now? Okay. I'll ask off camera.
Do you want me to say it now?
Oh.
Or just wait for the post? I don't care talking about it. That was half of my content for a year.
Who?
Daddy Ditto.
You know him, Jake?
He does a lot of oh my God, women are bippity boppity, women are property, and I'm so funny, but ooh woo, I'm a little beta boy, and tell me I'm a good boy. He's gross, but
I don't know him.
I digress.
What's his name? / bippity boppity?
No, Daddy Ditto is what he streams under. But no, so he was wildly financially abusive, and that's where a lot
and he got engaged 2 more times?
No, that was the first engagement.
And he got engaged again?
Yes. To be fair, I didn't know about his crap until I caught him falling to other people. So
it was a cheating thing?
Yeah.
This is the final chance at the end of tonight. Our Black Friday Cyber Monday sale ends right now. Okay.
But anyway, after I got divorced, I had to move back from Italy. I was overseas. He was military, and so I was living.
Daddy Diddy?
No. This is so Daddy Ditto's the ex-fiance.
Ditto.
My ex-husband and I are actually still pretty tight. He's the sweetest guy on the planet. It just didn't work out. But when I moved out of Italy,
the cheater.
No. That was another ex-fiance.
I am so lost.
Okay.
I'm so sorry, guys. No, it's okay. It doesn't matter.
Ex-husband military.
Sure.
Ex-fiance 1, Daddy Ditto streamer.
Oh,
ex-fiance
gotcha.
2, cheater.
So this is why a lot of my clients point out, I do write a lot, especially in the beginning. Yeah, I need to know if if I were to look at your life as like a storybook, I need to write down the characters. So I would have like a crib sheet type of thing of like all the folks in your life. And yeah, the titles or the roles that they play. So yeah, it is me like jotting down like, okay, who are the significant people or pinpoints in your life. So yeah, my first few sessions, it is a lot of writing. And yeah, it does get a little carpal tunnel-y. But yeah, it is beneficial to get that history. From my understanding of at least the clips that I've seen of Caleb, he does get that information in vivo, like right when he is meeting the person. I know some therapists who do work that way, but I need like a little, I need information beforehand. So I do send my clients like paperwork before we meet, just so I get a better understanding what is happening with their finances or what has been their experience with money. Again, my clients are a little confused because it does look more like a therapy session, but because I do come from that background, I just get a better sense like, okay, well, I get a better sense of what is happening in the session with me and my clients. So yeah, Caleb, you should learn to take notes. It'll be helpful, and maybe that'll like spare you the confusion you kind of go through sometimes. So just saying.
Now single. Now avoiding at all costs because apparently I make bad decisions.
I searched Daddy Ditto and I see nothing on Google.
Really? Like Ditto, like the Pokemon. All one word?
That's a lot of followers on Instagram.
Yeah. I wonder where those came from.
What, are you saying he pays for them?
No. When he and I started dating,
I've seen clips.
Yeah. When he and I started dating, he was at 30K on TikTok, and when we broke up, he was at 250.
He looks
gross.
I hate to say, I was going to say we look a little similar. His beard's just a bit more scrappy, and I think he has a few more pounds, but completely different. Well, I don't know. I mean, I honestly can't judge that very well. Okay.
Does not take care of himself. Doesn't let other people take care of him either. Anyway, I digress.
Self-assessed. Where do you think your finances are today? 0 to 10. 0 being the absolute worst, 10 being the absolute best.
1.
Okay. If you want your Hammer financial score?
No, but the good thing. So when I got divorced.
We're back to it.
No. I didn't finish the story. I got divorced, moved back from Italy, was living off my credit cards, and was at $25,000 in credit card debt.
When was this?
2019.
Okay.
And I paid it all off.
Pretty much done that since I was 18, but I don't my finances with it. What do you mean? What are you doing?
So,
where are you not? You're in New Orleans. Where are you going to be in like a month?
I would really actually like to stay in New Orleans. I'm in a really good situation. I'm a lot more stable. I have a job I really like. And it's all good things. So I'm hoping to stay in New Orleans for the foreseeable future.
How did you pay off all that debt?
I originally had one of my credit cards had an offer for a balance transfer, 0% interest for 12 months, 0 fee. So I did a few thousand on that. And then I did a debt consolidation loan that I paid off because I paid both of them off within the like allotted time frame.
We didn't change the behavior that got you in there in the first place, because usually when people utilize those tools, they didn't change the behavior. And then guess what? Your debt went back up. Who would have thought, right?
I changed some of it, but not all of it.
How many consolidations have you done over the time? 1. I'm being told 2.
One instance, it may have been 2 loans. I don't remember. Okay. But I know it was at 1. I did all of it at the same time.
All right. I want to get into this card. And these cards have interesting little niblets throughout, let me tell you. Okay? Amex every day. We're sitting at $1,305 again. I mean, your entire rent and utilities are $600, right? Isn't that what you said?
800.
800. This is what you told me right before. Okay, cool. Awesome. With the money left over, obviously we need to set some aside for taxes because not all of it is. Is the paralegal contracting, or are you doing that as a W-2?
Salary. I'm
cool.
W-2 salary.
Barely any money setting aside for taxes for that other kind of income, but
I was going to say that's probably why I overestimated the income, is I have them withholding a lot extra for my taxes.
Oh, do you?
Yes.
What overestimated your income? I'm asking how much hits your account on a monthly basis.
Right. So I did the math based off of like my annual salary divided by 12.
You don't know what hits your account on a monthly basis. Because that's all I was asking.
No.
What do you mean? Do you not look at your fucking checking? Do you not look at anything that's happening in your accounts?
So I make sure that I have the money for a purchase before I make a purchase. But other than that, I try.
Do you look at your accounts other than just literally looking at the number if it's there to make a purchase?
No.
And I don't even think you do that again because I have things in here. Yeah, you'll see. This is just suggests to me that you are not informed of your finances in any way. Obviously, you don't make a budget. Do you not make a budget? You've never made a budget. Are you a budgeter? There's no budget. Is there a spreadsheet? I don't think there is.
I have Rocket Money on my phone.
Great, it's on the phone.
But I don't look at it. You are absolutely right. Okay, do you play video games?
Yes.
You know, like when you start the skill tree and it's like real small and you like have a couple of little outshoots as you start to level up?
Okay.
I haven't leveled up any of my financial skills. I just got like a couple of good ideas and I started with that and I was like, this is fine. And it's
But obviously not. So why the...
So she's not the only one. Actually, this is what I work with a lot of my clients about. Because that whole system, that's where a lot of the symptoms of the financial trauma tends to manifest or show up for my clients. Looking at the numbers, creating a budget, anything that requires them to look at these numbers, they get so out of sorts that it's just better to avoid. And if you knew anything about the anxiety cycle, avoidance is like the number one thing, the number one coping skill people turn to, because in that moment, there's a little bit of separation. And the more distance we have from that thing that's causing them that anxiety or triggering that trauma, people will run away from it. I need to not look at that bill. I need to not open my statements. I don't want to open that Rocket Money app or any type of apps that will point out what's happening with my finances. So yeah, this reaction, pretty normal stuff. Not sure why Caleb's freaking out over it. Because again, when we have anxiety, sometimes the best thing we could do is run away. It's just we have to add to that instead of always running away. What else can we do to help you tolerate that discomfort? Caleb, do better.
Would you continue down that road? When it's not working, you readjust. That's not an answer.
I made it this far and I didn't expect to, so I'm
What do you
holding on.
mean? Oh, come on. That's a horrible mindset. What do you mean?
I really didn't. And
You did not literally think you'd be dead by now. Really?
Oh.
I
So you
was
just
homeless
didn't care?
for most of my teenage years.
Hopeless, but did you think you'd be
I caught
dead?
it. Okay.
Oh,
Statistically,
Her stuff makes sense to me now.
what? No, statistically, you'd be alive. What do you mean?
So when earlier in the video, she had said she moved like almost every year from age 11. This person's not used to stability. This person is not used to quote unquote healthy, normal type of living situations, maybe relationships. Like I would delve deeper into that and figure out like, okay, because maybe you're not used to stability, that kind of makes sense why you're not used to financial stability. You're kind of used to, okay, we got to figure things out. We're in survival mode. We got to, make decisions and thinking long term. That is a skill that comes with childhood. And if you're not used to that, if you're not having conversations or seeing that in your environment, guess what? Yeah, you will have a person who does look like they're out of control. It's chaotic. It's quote unquote dumb, or they're making these decisions that just is so beneath them, or maybe we get judgmental or criticize them. But again, I would be talking more to the side of her that is maybe like talking about inner child or inner teen, where it's like, okay, I think this is why we keep having this pattern. We're just not used to stability. We got to figure out a way for you to introduce that into your life now, into your system, because you have made a life for yourself that could be stable. Let's be proud of that. Let's own that. But I think your system and sometimes your mind just is like, I don't like it. Let's have more of that survival thing, because that's the upbringing, that's the environment we're used to, and that's where I really shine. So okay. Her stuff is making sense to me. So if she was homeless for a long period of her life, yeah, financial stability or anything that comes with having a routine, it's just not going to be inherent to her. So that life skills she was talking about, that life skill tree, I don't play video games, but I think that's a good metaphor that I would expand on. Like, okay, that life tree skills that you talked about, I would use the term a priori knowledge. That is the knowledge humans are born with, and even animals. Like, I know when my body's hungry. I know when my body's tired. I know when something feels off. Like that is not my parent telling me like this is when you're hungry. That is me, my brain talking to my body saying, "Hey, this is what's happening." Send the signal. Like send the signal to the personhood, to the rest of the body like, "Hey, something needs to happen about this." With something like finances, that is not a priori knowledge. Not everyone is built like that. Not everyone has this know-how to go out in the world and say, I know how to be financially stable. I know how to make a budget. If you do, if you learned it at a very young age, you probably were in a very privileged situation where you had a relative, you had an adult saying, this is what you do with money. This is how we take care of ourselves. This is how we handle stability or chaos or when we have to go into survival mode. If this person did not have that, it makes total sense why she's repeating that history as an adult. So we need to start teaching and guiding this person to, this is how we get stable. This is what people do with their finances. Not, well, why didn't you know better? So this is a theme I'm seeing in this video so far. We're like 20 minutes in. Caleb really wants this person to know better. I kind of understand why he's a little frustrated, but this happens more often than you think. Not everyone is privileged enough to have that person show them how to be stable. Sometimes these people, sometimes kids, teenagers, whatever, they are shown a very different picture of this is what humans do. And if it's a situation where there is homelessness, like there's a lot there. So yeah, that would be the major experience I would really spend some time on with this client and really see how that experience impacted her. And if we need to do some, like if, again, because this is more the coaching side, I would really suggest like, girl, like maybe we need to involve a therapist to really help you unpack what happened in your past and why, if there is major trauma, why or how it's just showing up in your life now. Because yeah, age 11 to now, yeah, developmentally, like it kind of makes sense why she's kind of stuck in this, this trauma cycle. So yeah, just so many things activated in just those two comments. I hope Caleb like asked the right questions, because I'm just like, dude, you need to go down this path. Like you need to lean into that and not call it out. You need to lean in. So yeah, again, I'm holding out hope for him. It's not looking good though.
No, okay. Have you ever heard of the ACEs scores? It's the Adverse Childhood Experience score.
I use that. And it's so pivotal. It's free if you're curious about it. I'll link it below. But yeah, I'll keep playing the video, but I use that in my practice, and I use it with my clients who come and see me. So yeah, very, very informative questionnaire. It's like less than 10 questions.
And I was a psychology major for a minute.
Okay.
But no, so statistically, like teenage women who grow up homeless and have like a certain...
You were homeless too?
Yeah, for like
she said that
in high school.
Okay. Yeah, you went through a lot. I'm sorry. I want to focus on your finances today.
I'm still here, so and that's part of why, like, when I paid off the debt after I was divorced, I like really gave myself a pat on the back, and I was like, "Oh, good, I did it. I don't have to ever look at it ever again." And then I made all of this money doing content creation, and I thought I would be fine forever. And I just was kind of, oh my God, I'm just a girl my way through life. Hey. And yeah, no, for the last especially 6 months, I've been really being like, oh, I need to stop giving my life away. So, ta-da, Jesse.
$44 in monthly payment.
Yes.
$31 of interest. Like this time and time again, I do not know how we were here.
So I really want to know this person's ACEs score. I think it's high. So if people are curious, the ACE score, when it was first introduced, there was this connection between children who grew up in very impoverished, very neglected neighborhoods, and they were exposed to trauma. I'm talking domestic violence, I'm talking abuse, I'm talking food insecurity, name a thing that, a child should never go through. The ACE score really, really does a great job at like, okay, was this your experience growing up? And they look at experiences before the age of 18. And what the research found was like, because you were exposed to this certain amount of trauma, there's actually a link for health concerns. So what a lot of people were seeing was, if you grew up in a neighborhood that probably didn't have easy access to grocery stores, or you lived in a food desert, or maybe you grew up in abusive households, maybe the school wasn't able to assess for learning differences, and you were just kind of neglected, again, awful things that could happen to a child, there's this correlation that you could possibly be you could struggle with health concerns in your future. So for adults who struggle with diabetes, liver issues, heart conditions, like, these were things that we kind of need to kind of go back and say, okay, what really happened in your childhood? Because with something like diabetes, if you were never taught how to make a nutritious meal because there was no food in the house, so that kind of explains why this is a health concern in your adult life. If you're struggling with heart disease, one, we look at family history, but two, we have to look at what was the stress level like in your household, and could that have something to do with why it's an issue now? So yeah, ACE is really interesting. When I was first using it in grad school and practicum days, or during my internship, I found it like pretty revolutionary. And I wish more doctors were to use that questionnaire, because it just helps fill in the gaps. It gives us an indication of like, wait, like, this is not just you making bad decisions. This offers a great talking point, a great starting point to figure out like what the hell happened, and what tools do you need to really understand like the problems you're having now. So yeah, I really wish they would have said the ACE score, or at least I didn't hear it. But yeah, it does offer more context on why this person is struggling. So yeah. And again, it's free. So I think everyone should probably fill it out at least once in their life. Just saying.
Again, you're not unreasonable. You have self-assessed so many different things. You kind of understand relatively where you are in terms of finances. You gave yourself a normal score that actually makes sense for you. Even though you don't look at your accounts, why the fuck on a card that you cannot pay off, that you want to pay off, that you make more money than you spend?
The face you made was funny.
Why are you spending $303 on it?
So
why the possible, especially when $31.43 of interest is accruing? What are you doing?
So the plan I had for the credit cards was that when I got them all paid off, each one would have a very specific use to maximize the benefits.
You paid them off years ago.
Yes. And my plan was that I
don't give a fuck about that 2 years ago.
I know.
Why are you doing this now?
Because I know that I make enough money that I should not be in debt, which is why I started.
But it's not working. So why would you continue it? That's what's so confusing. Why would I continue something that's not working?
Because I've been paying it down.
No, it went up.
6 months ago,
I don't give a fuck about 6 months ago. The balance went up now.
Yes. So the reason I'm still using them is because, again, I have a plan for how I want to maximize the usability of it, and I need to pay them off. You are absolutely right. I have a spreadsheet that shows.
Then pay them off.
I'm working on it.
No, you're not. It went up.
I'm making much more.
You're trying to sound good, but you are not. You're right. You paid more than minimum, but it didn't matter because you still spent more than you paid off.
Yes. Yes.
You're trying to make it sound better than it actually is, and I'm not going to let you get away with that.
I'm using the tools I have poorly.
You're using cope to try to make it through this conversation. It's all fucking DoorDash. Great. Yeah, let's let that keep us in debt. DoorDash. Touch Tunes. What even is that? And then Touch Tunes. Then Netflix. What the fuck is a Touch Tune? You got two $25 charges on there.
$25?
Help Shift.
Oh, I know what Touch Tunes is. What?
What is it?
Oh, it's a jukebox app that you can play music when you're at bars.
Costs $25?
No, so you like refill it and it gives you credits.
How much? How often are you there?
Oh,
$50 in jukeboxing? That's the dumbest thing I've heard.
One night I was trolling a bar. It was entertainment. It went in my entertainment.
Dude, you're trolling your finances. You're trolling your life. You're trolling your retirement. You're trolling an emergency fund. You're trolling you're going to be homeless again because if you f this up, you have no fallback if you do lose your housing.
Yeah.
And it's not cute. It's not a little joke.
No, it's not. This is a cope laugh. Absolutely a cope laugh. This is, I am uncomfortable and angry at myself and very disappointed.
I see that.
I'm disappointed at something I'm doing. I fix it. Again, Well,
some of us have better coping skills, okay?
Yeah, good for you, Caleb.
I have to work with.
That's not funny. Again, my thing.
I'm funny.
Why are you facing at me in that look of tone?
Because, I don't know, you're a bit odd and...
Did I not start with that? I'm a weird person.
And I'm trying to just fucking comprehend it, okay?
Good luck.
When I'm looking at you, I'm just trying to think. So calm down.
No.
Just trying to understand, like, what I'm dealing with. Like, what kind of creature is in front of me.
Oh, my God. Why?
Creature of the internet?
To be open, to be honest, and this is how you approach that? Man, like, I have questions on just how you handle people who are just so different or don't align with how you comprehend humanness, because that's pretty normal. In my field, we don't take it as seriously. And yeah, dude, it's okay to laugh. It's okay to kind of like have a coping laugh, as she put it. I welcome it. So I'm doing it right now. Yeah, dude, get over yourself. It is not that bad. Yeah, just meet her where she's at, man. Laugh with her. Maybe then she'll be a little bit more logical or organized with her thoughts if she knows like you're aligned with her. So at least that's how I would approach it.
With different resources that will literally give you hundreds of dollars the moment you sign up for them.
Okay, so I had to take a little bit of a break. This is a really long video for me to react to. So yeah, I think I got so heated in the first 20 minutes, I just kind of needed to space it out. But yeah, we're here just to see how else this particular session goes. And so far, Caleb, like, dude, you need to work on your reaction skills, man. Like, whew, you're getting me like all just annoyed. It's annoying, but we'll continue. I know, again, this is like that rage watchability that people keep talking about. And I don't know. I think this is why he has followers. People just want to see him get mad. But so far, I'm not really seeing a lot of benefit to the client. But we'll get to like, I hopefully after this it's the actual audit. And then we can see like that part of it, like what he's doing for this person.
Listen, you have late fees on this card.
Yes.
I always have enough money in my account, she says earlier. Rewind.
No.
There.
The money is there. I just forget to pay it.
Then you can't have credit cards. You're not a credit card person. You don't know how to manage them. Close them. This is not a tool. You don't know what you're doing.
It was for 6 months.
But it's not. 6 months is nothing.
No, I know. And it's one of those things where it's hard to break a habit, especially when things are...
Close them and you won't have to break it. It'll be taken out of your hands. Close them.
Would it not be better to use the tools the way that they're... Like,
you don't know how to.
Yes, but that is a skill I can learn.
And if we learn them by proving it within debit accounts for a while, I will allow you to open a small limit credit card again.
No, I do care.
Not with that kind of language and attitude.
I care. Just because I'm making bad decisions doesn't mean I don't care.
No, it wasn't just about making bad decisions. You were trying to defend. You're trying to make it seem like it's not as bad. It is. And if you don't realize how bad it is, then what the fuck are we doing?
Does he like want her to cry? Or is he like expecting or anticipating that she react a certain way and that proves that she cares? I'm not understanding what the problem is. Again, I think because I'm so used to traumatized clients, this is kind of the reaction I see most of the time. It is very, unfortunately, like it does come off as a little like, no, I do care, but it's very rational. It's very much like shut off or maybe even like subdued. That happens when you're dealing with someone who has faced or overcome a lot of trauma in their life. It's sometimes that there's no point in overreacting or reacting in certain ways because maybe it doesn't get their needs met. Maybe it never worked out in their favor. So a person just kind of learns that, all right, I guess I got to speak in a more neutral tone. I guess I got to, again, make my needs heard in a way that like, I don't make this person upset or mad, but this scenario, I'm not quite sure why she's being judged for not caring. She does care. I don't know. We'll keep going. We'll keep going and seeing. I don't know if he just doesn't work with a lot of traumatized people, and he's just like, well, this just means that he has these certain judgments or criticisms. I don't get it.
Amazon Chase card.
Yes.
$2,413.61. $79 minimum monthly payment. You could use a card many in our audience use, like the Fizz card. It's a debit card, so you can only spend what's in your account, but it still builds your credit. You can do that. That's a way to do it. If you want to prove you're a credit card person, that's a good place to start. Because obviously we're not with this kind of balance, and we're still purchasing on it. Was it less than your payment towards it? Sure. You're still purchasing on it. So we're not making as much progress as possible, because guess what? It still takes 11 years to pay off, but you're trying to diminish that with the money you spend on it, and then $54.95 of interest. And also, you started above the credit limit, so. Oh, yeah. Oh, you betcha.
How far?
Oh, just about, if I'm not mistaken here, it's a bit more on my end. Looks about $60 above the credit limit.
Oh, $60.
See?
No, you're right.
See?
I don't look at it.
You were just, again, trying to defend your situation, making it sound like it's not as bad as it really is. You didn't even know you were above the credit limit, okay?
Well, the plan I had that was working for a long time was the American Express was explicitly for groceries.
6 months.
Yes. And then I moved.
You said a long time, so I want to clarify. 6 months. Go on.
6 months is a long time. I'm curious what happened after those 6 months, like why that intention or why that goal changed. I'm very curious about that. I hope we hear more about that. For all we know, there was an emergency and it kind of made her derail or change those goals. I have a feeling he's not going to ask. He's not going to ask that question. There's so many follow-up questions I have for this person that I really I'm just curious. I want to know, but it's not giving me a full picture. Yes, the numbers are telling me one thing, but there's just so much follow-up that he's just leaving on the table, and it's just so unfortunate. Yeah, because there might be environmental things, there might be family things, there might be, mental health things. Like I really want to know. I'm trying to be nosy. It's just because we're denying her access to credit cards doesn't mean we're really unlearning the behavior or the triggers that are responsible for this behavior to continue. So yeah, so much missed opportunity. I will try and hold out hope for Caleb. I really am. But so far, he's kind of a bully. He's kind of an asshole. Not a fan. This one, I think because I've only seen clips, maybe they've edit in a way where it's like, oh, well, this person, it kind of makes sense why he's yelling. But this one, I'm like, this is not a good look. So yeah, we will continue.
One.
The American Express was exclusively for groceries because I earned triple points and cash back when I used it at grocery stores.
You got drawn in so hard. Okay, go on.
Well, no, because I have paid for entire bills with that card using those points.
Oh, yeah, and now you've lost magnitudes,
yes.
20 times what benefits you've ever gotten, by far. Not even close,
yes.
100 times probably. But
yes.
Continue. Your grand strategy that worked for, let's see. Oh, this is, have a little point or 1.6% of your life. Your grand strategy has worked for 1.6% of your life. So go ahead. Tell me about this master plan. Okay, like behavior discipline stuff, yes.
Yeah.
Come on.
And I know that these habits take time, and I know I fell off the bandwagon really hard because...
When was this?
About a year and a half ago, I think. That was that period of time.
Got it.
That was the cheater.
Why are you not able to control anything? Because again, if you were using this correctly, if you were using money correctly, you would have had an emergency fund, meaning you would have not gone into debt.
Okay, the timeline is making more sense. This is why I think Caleb needs to spend more time understanding the history and what happened with some of these decisions. And this is why my sessions are really different, because I do spend more time figuring out chronologically, what happened during this time when you were making these purchases and really emphasizing on the relationship with money. Like, we talk about things in childhood. We talk about how money was used when you were a teenager. If you went to college and had a job, what was happening? We go through the different phases because, this knowledge, these behaviors don't happen overnight. So if there is a history of possibly missing payments or overspending or not paying attention to your finances, I asked some really open-ended questions of what the hell happened here, and not as a judgment. It's just more like, I need to understand, put myself in your shoes as much as I can so I can help unlearn or introduce new strategies. And these finance folks just kind of miss that part a lot. So, okay, that breakup, I think it did a lot more damage than what she's able to talk about on here. And I would just probably need to like emphasize, like maybe this person needs to go to therapy. Maybe they need to find better support. Maybe there's a lot of grief and loss there. Either way, like this breakup kind of took a lot out of her. And yeah, the money is just evidence of that. I would even say like it's probably a symptom. When we frame it that way, hopefully we're a little bit more compassionate and a little bit more patient. Anyways.
Through a breakup. The cheater, makes sense. Stick in the wrong hole, boom, bye-bye. But that doesn't mean you go into debt.
I never really planned for the future.
Honestly, why would you be entitled to something with the phone call anyway? Because like you did not have the money. It's not your legal ability to spend someone else's money.
No. Not because it should have been overdrafted, but because the cash advance should have been turned off because I ran into that before. And the cash advances should have been turned off.
Couldn't tell you. All I know is you did not have enough money in your checking account to do something you tried to do, and then you did it. And now you have this gas advance overdraft fee. So regardless, even if you turned it off, you still f***ed up major.
Well, and I don't even have that debit card. Literally, the money in that checking account is just for my renter's insurance, I think, or my car insurance. One of those.
But one's usually $5, and the other one could be like $500. So that's kind of.
I had it bundled for a while, and I can't remember if I had canceled one. It was one of.
Are we really surprised that the person that doesn't know if it's a $5 or $500 charge in there is overdrafting? No, you know nothing about your accounts.
No, because you
don't know a single thing.
I had an automatic transfer from my main checking account to that account a week before the payment was supposed to come out.
We'll just have to see.
Yeah, so I'm not sure. That's why I'm surprised.
Maybe you don't have enough money in the account that you transferred from. Maybe we're overdrafted from an overdraft.
It shouldn't be, but I mean, we'll see.
We'll see. All I know is $400 in interest this year so far, and you've had a late payment as well on this card. Are we shocked? Every single card's had a late payment because we're an adult apparently in our 30s. Allegedly.
Oops.
What?
Just the late payments is...
Whoops. Late payment whoops. We're f***ing our life. Whoops. We don't have retirement. Whoops. I move every second of my life and I never do it with an emergency fund and I don't have job set up. Whoops. What do you mean whoops?
Once a year.
You kind of... Everyone... Like, I'm on your side and then all of a sudden you just f*** it. Whoops. This is not cute. This is not funny. This is seriously your life. Do you not understand that?
This is a big old
I hate this. Why do I get so angry? People wonder sometimes because every single time it feels like, or at least 75% of the time, it just feels like I give a shit more about your life and your finances than you do. And that rages me because you are a person that exists on this earth and you deserve to live a good life, but it is in your control and you're choosing not to. And I can give you an ability of how to get there, but you're like, whoops, a cutesy little whoops. Your whoops.
That is a whole big dose of copium right there. That is me making because I'm very disappointed in myself. Sorry.
Well,
I think I'm not possibly why I'm not or overreacting in the way that Caleb is because I've worked with teens for over a decade now. And this is kind of the response I would get, especially if they are unraveling or trying to, tell me this, yes, I did a thing, I need to be accountable. And they do say whoops. It does come off as a little flippin', so to speak. And yeah, I could see why certain adults get a little triggered by that, but I just see it as okay, there's some awareness there. Let's not make a whoops next time. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. And I'm wondering if that's why some of these decisions keep happening, because maybe psychologically, some of these decisions are coming from an inner teen type of situation, or maybe that's as far as the financial literacy goes with this person. It is something that a teenager would do. There's hope. We just have to teach them just a few more things, and then they probably will be able to match their financial literacy to their chronological age. So it's not hopeless. They're just a little bit behind, and we shouldn't judge that. I don't know. I would try my best to work with that, just to see. It's an experiment, and obviously because she's working with someone, that person can be there just to kind of say hey, remember when we said these are the red flags? There are some obvious red flags. Again, we got to switch it up. Not seeing what the problem is with that. And again, I'm getting a sense and this happens with teens a lot. The more you tell them no, do it my way, they're going to work against you. They're going to be a little resistant and they're going to self-sabotage, because again, they want to prove that they can do it. They want to prove they are responsible or, their way is better. And maybe they know something about themselves that me as the adult in the room it's not clear to me. So it's like a show don't tell type of thing. Show me why you think this is working, and I'll tell you when it's not. But it has to be a team thing, a collaboration, not, well, just do what I tell you. And I never understood that. But okay, well, just my 2 cents. Yeah, I have thoughts.